Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Now we're going to talk about the destination Avon trip for 2021. This is exciting. If you don't know who I am Teresa Paul. I am an executive leader with Avon. I've been doing this for a long time and I'm excited about the trips. So I'm going to try and do this short, but you know me, it never works that way. So I'm going to start with, I want to explain to you how to find your goals, how to calculate, how to set the goals so that you can earn this trip, because this trip is open to anybody and everybody that wants to go. I've been going on trips for years with Avon. I absolutely love them. Over the years, some of my downline representatives have been able to join me too. Several of you guys just this last year earned the destination trip that was supposed to be a cruise in November that got postponed until this April. It's going to be a trip to the Dominican, which is a beautiful resort. Oh my gosh. We may or may not go depending on how travel things and the COVID look here with this, the major plague the world is going through right now. If we don't go, hopefully Avon will give us a buyout like they did for our Jamaica trip that ended up canceled last year. They were very generous with the cash payout on that since they had to cancel the trip. So we'll see where this goes. But the trip that we're talking about now, they haven't announced where it's going to be yet, but we're working on this for campaign 2 through campaign 26 of this year. And it's versus our sales goals from last year. So you got to do an increase, or depending on what level you are, there's a flat sales amount that you have to meet. So I'm going to go over all those details. They haven't, again, told us where the trip is, but if you're going to the kickoff, the virtual kickoff, because they're not, we were supposed to go to Hollywood for that in a couple of weeks, but again, you know, no one's going anywhere. So it's going to be virtual. If you're not signed up for it, sign up for it. This is going to be exciting. And you can sign up for that on avonnow.com. So let me just go real quick here. I'm going to do a screen share and show you some of this information, where to get. So we're going to start at avonnow.com and we're going to go down here. Lots of stuff in this hub, the 135 beautiful years. This is what it's all about. We're celebrating Avon's 135th anniversary. How many companies can say that? They've been around a long time. So you're just going to click on that hub. There's some great information in here. Some of these beautiful bundles that they've got offered now that we can be promoting. And I'm going to do another separate video on that to help earn the $25 gift card incentive that's going on for campaigns 3 through 5. And to help us build our sales, build our new customer base, or build our and add to our customer base with new customers is what I should have said, and start working on this incentive. So like even if we're building now, so we finish off strong. So the ultimate getaway destination, Avon 2021. So we don't know where it's going to be yet. They're going to announce that in a couple weeks. So if you're President's Club and above, you got to work on an increase here to earn the trip for 1, and it's versus your campaign 2 through 26 sales of last year. Now, remember they gave us campaign 1 and 2 to get to our sales levels. So when you're looking at your goals, keep in mind that we're only doing versus our prior year sales 2 through 26. So you don't need to include campaign 1 and 2 in your total sales for 2 through 26. Avon's going to break down the goals for us. We're going to get an email telling us exactly how much we need to sell in order to earn this trip for 1. You need the $8,500 increase. The trip for 2, if you look over here, you need a $14,000 increase. Sounds crazy, sounds like a lot. You know what? A lot of us had a good increase this year in 2020, even though it was a weird year. And a lot of us struggled. Some of us did really good and had some good increases. So you keep on this momentum, it can keep going. If you didn't, if you were still struggling, it's okay. There's a lot of ways you can build your business, finding new customers, promoting the products, and working towards these goals. And even if you don't make the trip, I always say this, even if you don't make the trip, you worked it, you tried, you increased your sales, you found new customers, but you didn't get enough to make the trip. It's a little disappointing, but what's the worst that happened? You built your business, you got new customers, you earned more money. That's not a bad thing, right? So it's not a bad thing. So you have to keep that in mind. Don't look at it and say, oh, gee, I'm never going to make that. Because let me tell you a little story before I get into these numbers and stuff. Before I started really earning these AVON trips, there were a couple leadership ones, recruiting one, and I looked at that number and I said, there's no way I can recruit that many people and add that many new people to my team. And listen to me, I'm over here babbling away. Let me stop the share for a second so you can see my face because I'm probably down in the little corner of your screen. So I looked at these goals and I said, you know what? I am never going to make those goals. I'm not even trying. Well, come the end of the incentive, I only missed it by a couple recruits. And I was like, oh, if I had really put an effort into that, if I had tried, I could have made that trip. I could have made that cruise. So, okay, I'll learn my lesson. But the next year, they changed up the goals a little bit. And you'll notice that over the years with all these incentives, the goals are always different things they want you to focus on. So the next year I'm like, oh, I'm never going to make that. Forget it. I'm not even trying. Same thing happened. Come the end of the incentive, I was only a few people away. I could have made that had I really tried, had I really worked on it. I'm like, why did I not push myself to try this? So from then on, I'm like, and then listening to some of these people come back from the trip and talk about how much fun they had, and they rented the speedboats and they were shooting around the island. And I'm like, what is this? How come I'm not going there? So now I'm like, and I started earning these trips, and now I'm just an incentive junkie. And I'm always trying to do this, but that was why I just want to babble on here. I don't know why. So we're going to go back to the screen share and look at these incentives and these numbers. So back here, if you want the fact guide for this, it's got the whole chart here. The fact guide, talk about the AVON Getaway gift cards. You click on Get Details. You've got the fact guide for the Destination AVON 2021 Incentive Program. If you are new to AVON, you only started, and what they're calling new, if you look down here, new representatives. I wonder if I can make this bigger. Oh, it did, okay. So new representatives, which is if you're not President's Club or above, you joined on or after December 11th of 2019. So that's like a whole year. So anyone in the past year that joined after December 11th, 2019, you're considered a new representative. So in this new sales year, this goes for all representatives, campaign 2 through 26 of 2021. So campaign 2 is done. We're in campaign 3 now. So you still got a chance to do this. That's not a big deal. What you need to do as a new representative is sell $12,000 for the year. If you get to campaign 26 next December and you've sold $12,000, you get the trip for 1. If you've sold $17,000, you get the trip for 2. So really quick, I'm not even going to switch out the screen share. I got my calculator in front of me. What did I say? $12,000 divided by 25 campaigns equals, that's an average of $480 a campaign. Sounds like a lot, but it's doable. I know a lot of representatives that just started out that are doing that and more. So it's possible for you to do this. The trip for 2, $1,700. I mean, 17,000, sorry, oops, 17,000. Divide that by 25 campaigns, because campaign 2 through 26. So if you're a new representative, you joined after December 11th, 2019, average $680 a campaign, you earned a trip for 2. Okay. If you are, if you've been a representative longer than that, you started before December 11th, 2019, then you have different goals. You need to sell 16,000, sorry, 16,000 for the trip for 1, 23,000 for the trip for 2. So if you do the math, at 16,000 to earn the trip for 1, it's 640 a campaign. To earn the trip for 2, it's 920 a campaign. Again, that is possible and that is doable. Even if you're like, okay, but I've never sold that much ever, you might need to do a little planning. You might need to do some figuring out. How am I going to find new customers? what am I going to do? I have a ton of videos out here on YouTube on how to build your sales, marketing, passive marketing. If you join our Facebook group, we're talking about ways to bump it up, so make sure that I'm not going into all that right now. Again, this will be a 5-hour video if I do that. So we're not doing that. Over here now for President's Club and above, you need an $8,500 increase for the trip for one. You need a $14,000 increase for the trip for two. So remember, in these goals, this is versus last year, campaign 2 through 26. So make sure that you're not including campaign 1 and 2 for this year in that goal. You can do the math yourself, and if you need, contact me, I'll help you break it down. But go back, find out what your sales were 2 through 26, add the 8,500 to it, divide that by 25. You're going to get your average that you need per campaign. I'm going to stop this share because I do want to show you the calculator here. Share screen. Where's my calculator? There it is. So we're just going to use a little round number here. I'm going to try and see if I can show you. Let me clear all this. What am I looking at here? Oh, there it is. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Let me clear all this out. So we're going to start over here. Say your sales last year, we're just going to use some round numbers again. Say you did 15,000 in sales last year, your President's Club and above. You didn't make it to Honor Society, but say you did 15,000 in sales last year. You need an $8,500 increase. And I'm not saying last year 2 through 26, campaign 2 through 26. So you need an 8,000, we're going to add 8,500 to that equals 23,500, right? Now we're going to divide that by 25 because campaign 2 through 26 this year is 25 campaigns. 25 by 25 equals $940 a campaign. That's based on $15,000 as your base for last year. So, if you just made President's Club at $10,000, that's your goal is going to be less. Take off campaign 1 and 2 of this year, then add the 8,500. Again, if you need help doing the math, contact me. I'll help you break it down because, again, I start rambling off these numbers and I expect everybody to know what I'm talking about, and I'm just babbling away. So stop that share. Okay, so that's kind of that. It's the fact guide breaks it all down, where you can see your goals, what are award sales, that's a brochure price. Now remember, online sales count for all this too. If you do a fundraiser, that counts. You're buying demos, that counts. So all of that, I'm just sorry, I'm looking at the fact guide here that I printed out to make sure I'm not forgetting something. Personal sales. Oh, okay. So I clicked off of the other page. If you're a bronze leader and above, there's also a way to do it by performing, what am I looking at? Oh, bronze leader and above, grow your total team sales by 10%. So even if you're not, going to do it with your own personal sales increase, as a bronze leader or above, and I believe they're basing that on your title at the close. Bronze executive leader in campaign 2. Oh, okay, so if you're bronze leader and above in campaign 2, you must maintain minimum performance title for a minimum of 20 campaigns. Oh, that's executive. Why am I looking at that? I'm sorry. Disregard. Bronze leader and above. Grow your total team sales by 10% versus the same period last year. You do have to be President's Club and above also, but you don't have to do your personal sales if you're doing it on bronze leaders and gold leaders to earn this, growing your sales by bronze, silver, and gold, I should say. Growing your team sales by 10%. To earn the trip for 2, you have to grow it by 15%. Campaign 2 through 26. Sorry, man, I got so excited about this. All right, so that's all for now on that. And I probably talked like way longer than I planned on here. I'm going to talk a little bit now about how you can use, next video, sorry, how you can use the bundle. So that's all for now. Love you guys. Recording stop. There it is. Or not.